Hello out there, family and friends. And rising, grand afternoon, grand evening. Oh, yes. Wherever you happen to be on this most lovely and beautiful planet of ours. Terra firma, honey, honey, yeah, yeah. Mother Gaia, Goddess Pele. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Today is a beautiful day. In the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Won't you be mine? Please, won't you be my neighbor? I have wonderful neighbors here in this in our apartment here building. Wonderful, wonderful pets. That some of the little doggies, they see me and they come running. Most of you know I am a cat woman. Okay, where is it? I'm a cat woman. I've been a cat woman since I was a child. When they used to follow me down the street on the way to school, I had to send them back so their humans would not miss them. Yes. And then until I started doing my inner child work, something shifted. I'm still a cat woman. And I started attracting the puppy dogs following me down the street. Mysterious things happening around that. One recent story. Amazon brought my package, and usually I let my son, open them because I let him open all those because it's an exciting thing for him. And he opened it and I came in and said, "Oh, let me see, what do I got? Oh, yeah, what is this?" And I'm like, "What is this?" And I'm looking at the name on it. It was somebody's name I didn't know, but their apartment downstairs. I thought, "Oh," he said, "Oh, I'm sorry." I said, "No, no, 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 no. There's something going on here, whatever that is." So I took the package, I closed it back up. I didn't tape or nothing. And I went and knocked on the door and I said, "Oh, yeah, they brought this to my house and my son opened it. He didn't realize the name on it was not my name. And anyway, here you go." He's on the phone talking to somebody. He goes, "Oh, that's okay. That's fine. That's okay." And the little dog runs out the door. And it was the little dog I had seen outside and who came running over to me. I didn't know the dog's name, and I just, every time he sees me, he's like, "Oh, oh, oh." And he comes running out of the house and said, "Oh my God." He goes, "Oh, oh, oh." I said, "You live here? I didn't know you lived here." He goes, "Oh, oh, oh." I was like, "Oh my God." And then, his humor said, "Okay, come back in here now." I thought, wow. I told my girlfriend about that. She said, "Well, the dog was probably summoning you, and that's how come that package ended up at your house instead of in front of their door. So you'd come down there and there you are once again. He was so happy to see you." I said, "Oh, yeah, he was. Oh, my God." I found out the next day what the dog's name was. In the elevator, one of the relatives, right? He said, "Oh, yeah, his name is Snoopy." It's Snoopy. Oh, it's Snoopy. Now I know his name, right? But yeah, mystical things have been happening around dogs. They have been since 2022 when I started my inner child work with Elisa Mosal, beautiful Elisa. I studied with her and with Andrea Lang, her beautiful wife. I say, "Oh my goodness." So it's been popping like popcorn since 2022. Um, but yeah, what y'all doing this weekend? I sure hope you're planning to have some fun. Fun is a necessity, not a luxury, people. And oh, yeah. So I'm planning to have some fun. We are going to be, well, actually, I'll be in rehearsal for my next performance. I have two performances on Sunday, and I'm pulling my wardrobe together and pulling together, going over my songs and just being in the space of uh, present, present with myself and not running around doing this thing and that thing. you know. So, and then of course, oh yes, a re-release of my CD Mother Earth Divine will be on Monday, and just doing fun and simple things. Not a big party like we did in 2022, but her birthday's on Monday, and I believe she would have been like 70 something. I haven't been counting, and so I think 75. I don't remember. I've lost track because it's not like she's not here. It's like I'm always hearing from her. Um, and my son literally sees her. So anyway, that's another wonderful mystical story. But she was born on Earth Day, April 22nd, 1945, in Columbus, Ohio, and going to be celebrating her, along with another friend whose mama was born the same day, different year. So every year we send each other messages and birthday cards, to our moms. So I'll be doing some artwork around that, and just spending the day doing fun things. And I believe I'm going to be attending the Green Team on Monday. That's an after school organic gardening class that my son is involved in, and I'm always there because I took seeds to them. I helped them in the garden, and when the garden was in bloom, was it last year, I think? Oh, come on over, get whatever you want. Big bags of kale and herbs and stuff and tomatoes in it. So we're kind of like, I guess you say, garden family. So the teacher's always like, "Where's your mom?" So we spend quality time together. All of us, the teacher, me, Andreas, and the class. The class just loves seeing me sitting in there with them. So that's something we do on Mondays after school. And so this time it'll be on my mom's birthday. So I normally, when it's really nice and warm outside, I spend time on the campus lawn inside, just worshiping the sun, reading scriptures, and just grounding myself in that beautiful green space. And everybody sees me. The teacher's like, "Ooh, you look like in a trance." I'm like, "Oh yes, thank you very much." And they just feel them walking by, watching me. My eyes are closed. So yes, lots of things going on here. I attended a memorial service for my band leader's mother, Andreas and I, because they requested a hippie there too, and that was on last Tuesday, and so we did that. Spent some wonderful time with his family, and they let me know that we and Andreas are their family. I'm like, oh my God, I had a moment. I mean, I already kind of knew that, but to hear them say it, it was just, it was so beautiful. We spent a wonderful time together with his family and watching movies of his mother. It was absolutely beautiful. Oh my God. All the kids look just like her. But in their wonderful home, beautiful. It's a celebrity home. I'm not going to name names because I don't want to do that. But they are celebrities, and everybody would know Star Trek and All My Children. No, I'm sorry, General Hospital. But anyway, beautiful family, beautiful event. The food was beautiful, and we took pictures. And my son was so excited when he came home. He got in the kitchen, was making food, and the next day to get ready for school, he was up early and like chipper, bunny rabbit kind of thing. And I'm like, oh my God, because he was so inspired at this event. I guess he took pictures with them too. So it was like seeing somebody that he'd been watching on TV, and it was like, whoa. And so they took pictures together and stuff. So that was inspiring to him, to me too, but really to him. The beautiful food being that he's a vegan chef, and he'll be having his own channel here on YouTube very shortly once we get all that set up. And a wonderful world, a wonderful experience. And on that note, I get on here and I talk, and I'm supposed to introduce myself to all of you lovely people who don't know who I am yet, because I moved from Facebook. I moved my show, Fantastic Freedom Fridays. Oh, I forgot to say, this is Fantastic Freedom Fridays, y'all. Woo! Fantastic, because we create the most fantastic story about how we would love for our lives to be. Yes, we do. Freedom. We have the freedom to choose again and again and again. If we don't like it, We have the freedom to choose again until it suits us. Yes, we do. And Fridays, woo! Thank God it's Friday, 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 Friday. Yeah, yeah. Hope y'all plan to have some fun this weekend because I sure am. I have fun every day. I make it a point to have fun, to enjoy being with me, to enjoy being with friends, really good friends, having good food together, warming conversation, supportive conversation, elevating each other and one another on this journey in manifesting who we truly came to be, following our hearts no matter what, unapologetically. Don't give a rat's ass what anybody else thinks or who they think we ought to be and what to all that BS, right? And for many of us, it's been difficult to learn that or remember that. Yeah, sometimes we're like, oh, we want to be accepted. Oh, my family, this, that, and the other. You know, my family, oh, they said certain things when I moved out to the farm with the alternative healers that I be talking about all the time. Yeah, and I became one of them. Crazy. Woo! Out of our freaking minds. How about that? You know, camping outside, doing bonfires, growing our own food on 100 acres or 45 acres tillable. Yeah, that was my life. Beautiful life. But I digress. I'll tell you more about that after I introduce myself. All right. Woo! On it. Yeah, I said I was going to put something up here. But you know, for some reason, I just kind of like be doing other things. And it's like, oh, I didn't put it up in front of me. My name. Let's see if I can pull this off like this. Here we go. My name is Terry Lynn Page, the name my dear mother and father gave me. I'm a spiritual healer, and I'm also known as Queen Tierra Calafia de Del Cristo. And if y'all can see, it might be backwards to y'all, I'm not quite sure. Queen Tierra. Yes. It's a practice t-shirt that I made several years ago. And my son and I were living in our car, and we loved to shop at Michael's because that was my mother's favorite store. And we began shopping there, and we totally understood why, you know. And so we had some paints and t-shirts that were on sale, 100% cotton, y'all. And we started practicing with let's see, okay, practicing, and this is one of my trial runs, Queen Tierra. Yeah. So we're going to be doing some more artwork at some other point too, because I found all that stuff in my storage last week. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, got some stuff on the back burner. But back to, I'm a spiritual healer. I assist people to heal their lives through that powerful spirit of ecstatic joy. And I assist them in coming back into harmony with their soul's true purpose in this lifetime. And I implement various modalities, sound healing with various musical instruments. I'm about to add one more to that collection very shortly. And you'll get to experience it here on this platform. I do live one-on-one sessions as well as group sessions with sound healing. And I also offer NST, the neurosensory technique. And that is a modality that is based on the teachings and the works of Dr. Joe Dispenza and Dr. Bruce Lipton in the quantum field where all possibilities exist. Right here and right now. There is no separation between past, present, and future. We create our past and our future from right here and right now, or how shall I say, we create our past. All of it's happening simultaneously. As I'm sitting here, I'm also on the farm with all my lovely farm mates, my brothers and sisters over there, who I've just recently made contact with. That's another chapter, a new chapter. How about that? And yeah, I do live one-on-one group sessions and one-on-one and group sessions with the neurosensory technique, which is a modality that helps bring us back into our bodies. And many of us humans who have experienced trauma in our early lives or in other lifetimes that's still manifesting in our field, in our bodies, uh, tend to, when the incident occurred, jumped out of our body. So we are navigating from out there and not in here, which leaves our field open for that thief that comes to steal, kill, and destroy. But say we are fully at home in our bodies, we don't attract any thieves that they go down the street somewhere. They're not interested in your temple. How about that? Yes, and I also offer guided meditations, one-on-one and group sessions. I also offer Diksha blessing transmission, and the Diksha is a modality out of India, and that's based on removing the stinking thinking. That kind of thinking that creates all the shit in our lives. Boy, do that smell terrible. We got to get that out of here. Yeah. Diksha, removing the stinking thinking and bringing your thinking patterns back into harmony with who we truly, truly are, our power, our wisdom, our glory, manifesting our lives the way we would like to experience them, the way we love to experience it, as Queen Nala used to say. Beautiful shaman on the other side. And I also offer in spiritual readings, spiritual card readings. I have various decks, angel cards, goddess cards, Atlantis cards, all types of earth cards, and simply for the fun. For the fun. There's no seriousness going on here, no prognostications of doom and all that kind of stuff. That's the Rider-Waite deck. I don't deal in that. In fact, they wouldn't even open the gate when I had that set of cards. I had to give them to the Goodwill. Gatekeeper wouldn't let me in. So, Osho Bhagwa Sri Rajneesh from the 70s. I have his deck. That's the first deck I ever acquired after a beautiful reading with another friend of mine, a psychic. And it was so beautiful that I had to buy myself a deck. And when I went in for the initiation, to let me in the gate, they came to the gates, pulled back their hood, their monk's hoods, and opened the gate and let me in and led me to the meeting that was going on that lovely evening. No darkness there. And ever since then, I've been reading. I mean, I don't really need the cards because I can see and hear very well without them, but I use them because the pictures are so beautiful. I'm a very, photographic, what is the word for the loving, beautiful pictures? Y'all know what that word is. I'm also auditory, but mainly visual. That's it, visual. And pictures and paintings and things that I can see that they inspire and also, can you say, trigger events or trigger manifestations. For me, visual. And inspirational music. Mother Earth Divine is an inspirational piece, which I'm re-releasing on my mother's birthday, because she was the one that channeled that song into me, through me, I say, playing my metallophone instrument in the back of my van one beautiful afternoon in the park. So that one in her honor. I'm re-releasing it on her birthday. And I also offer the spoken word CDs and Reclaim Your Birthright, a self-empowerment workout. That is a spoken word CD that has African music and sound effects and wonderful, powerful affirmations. And I designed that actually, that came about while talking with Queen Nala on the phone. She was in Ohio and I was here, and we were living in our church here. And I was so inspired that I just started writing. And then the whole thing, I believe I put it together in about a week or two. And then fast forward, I ended up in the studio with my lovely band leader in 2022, and we laid down the tracks. So Yeah, and my mother brought us together, actually, the whole group of us, in a mysterious way, at her homegoing ceremony, because he played for her ceremony. He didn't know that was my mother. When he looked at her, he said, "Oh my God, I didn't know that was your mother." And he revealed all that to me much earlier because he saw me standing in the same spot where he met my mother at our church in front of the black piano, baby grand piano. So, woo. And so just recently, his mother's crossing brought us back together again in such a beautiful way. And so we're going to be doing kirtans at their home and spending more time together. And what an amazing woman his mother was. And well, I'll say is because nobody's gone, you know. I still hear her. In fact, she told me what to wear to her homegoing. I had no idea. And when I got there, they said, "That's my mother's favorite color." That was her. I said, "What? Oh my God." And I'm the only one wearing this. Everyone else is wearing black. I don't do black for homegoings. I might, for the evening out, I might do black with a splash of leopard print and pink, maybe. But I don't do that. Yeah. So out of all the dresses I could have chosen, flash. That's the one. And they were like, "Oh my God." And even her urn was red blue. It was red blue. And so anyway, confirmations everywhere. But anyway, yeah, we attended that, and wonderful, eventful week, and just things opening up. When I made a firm commitment to having fun, no seriousness going on here, having fun, opening up, and allowing myself to have fun with myself and with others, and things are just blown open for my son, for our group here in in California, and it's just been progressing. Everything just been showing up like less than 10 minutes after being spoken. Amazing. So anyway, and it's not supposed to be amazing because that is our regular state of being. And we're just in that process of remembering that and letting go of that other thing that says you got to struggle and you got to survive and all that kind of BS, you know. Woo! Om Sashita Parabrahma Purushottama Paramatma Sri Bhagavati Samhita Sri Bhagavate Namaha. Yeah. Mula mantra, Diksha, removing the stinking thinking that brings us stuff we don't want to experience. How about that? Yes, and anyway, I digress. Back on the note of my products and services that I offer, you can find me, queentierrastreasure.etsy.com. Stop by my shop and do shop. Woo! I've got lovely, powerful oils. Uh, um, oh, and I'm bringing another one back. I have Lottery Millionaire 888. I also have Quick Cash 788. I am Jesus Christ. That's one of them. And I have an oil called Mama. And that was created my mother. Okay. And I even use her artwork on the bottle. I am releasing a special edition of that particular oil called Mama, just in time for Mother's Day. And that will also be available again in my shop sometime between the 22nd of April and the 29th of April. And bottle will be different. And yeah, the artwork on it, and it is a beautiful scent to help get back in touch with Mother, Mama, the Mother Earth energy, your mother, your grandmother, your auntie. And actually, that oil I created for people to heal the relationships between themselves and their mothers, or their grandmothers, or their aunties, any female in their life. And it's very powerful. And everyone that has experienced it, it's like, oh my God. And you know, the relationships with their mother got so much better, so much beyond, above and beyond what they could ever have imagined. And so I'm out of it in my own stash. So I'm like, what are we doing on mommy's birthday? Oh, we gonna make some more of that oil, ain't we? So yeah, that'll be available in my shop very shortly. QueenTierraTreasure.etsy.com. Woo! Yes, and so on that note, wow, The picture on the front of this video, a picture of myself and my ex-husband. Um, I common law husband. Oh, when did you get married, girl? When back in 1989 is when I met him in Ohio. That was a mystical. I have talked about him a lot, um, and the stuff we did on the farm. And it was a magical place. You want to talk about manifestation like that? Woo! It was deep. I lived with a bunch of crazy healers, and I became one of them. Had no idea what I was getting into. I just came to live with him. He said, "Okay, come live with me," and that was another story. It was like I was a model. I was a fashion model back then, working for the College of Art and Design. Had me a suitcase 3 days out of the week, going to model for the students and make some fun money. People say, "Oh, are you running away from home, little girl?" I'm like, "No, I ain't running away from home." But this is what I was doing. And when we were dating, and finally, I would do this before I met him. And so there came that point when he says to me, "Come and live with me." And he sent me a picture that looked like, that said, "Come live with me," right? I'm like, what are you talking about? I said, "Oh, no, I won't be doing that. I got other things to do. I've got my modeling and I'm doing," no. And he says, "Oh, okay. Goodbye, Terry." And I'm like, okay, what does he mean? And something in my head said, oh, God, of course, "You fool. You better." I said, "Okay, wait. Okay. I'll come and live with you. I'll move in with you and your brother. And if I don't like it after a month, I'm going to leave." He said, "Okay." Okay, right. And so, of course, I did move in with them and I stayed. And of course, his name was and is Larry Lee Little. And he was known as Lee Little on Facebook. And he's a member of my Manifesting Miracles with Andrea Lang. He joined that group. When I started doing my inner child work, I sent him an invite and he joined. And he also joined my again, Manifesting Miracles. It's my other group, Ecstatic Joy, my private group, Ecstatic Joy. He's a member of that group as well. And he would offer little suggestions when people get on there talking about their dog was sick or they had this ailment or whatever. And he would tell me, he wouldn't get on there and start typing out stuff. He'd just say, "Oh, well, I'll pray for you," whatever he would say. And he would come to me and say, "Tell them to do this, this, and this." So, okay. And I would type out the information to them. But as I keep saying, I got mysterious things have been happening. Oh my God. Let me backtrack. His name is and was Larry Lee Little, or Lawrence Lee Little. He was born in 1958, February the 25th, in Fredericktown, Ohio. Sparta Road. And born to a farm family. His mother was Alda Little. Rex and Alda Little. And I had a fabulous relationship with them, like none other. But that's another story. And like I said, as you notice, on this platform, when my show was on Facebook, a lot, I tell stories about the farm and the magic that happened, and all kinds of stories and healings and raising from the dead and all those things. And I would tell them a lot. And I saw the day before going to attend the memorial for my grandmother's mother. I was looking out my window and talked to my girlfriend on the phone. And I just sent my son to school. I was trying to wait for him to call me and let me know he got to school. And then there was a crow perched on the top of a building, a garage-like building with a storage whatever. Behind us, it's a hotel there. They have a storage, what do you call them things? A storage shed? Yeah. And the crow was sitting there and was looking up at me. And I'm like, okay, what is that? When you look up, and then Native American, the crows, was a messenger between this life and the other side, and they bring us messages. tell us sometimes that someone has passed away, um, a family member, close friend, something like that, or to tell you getting ready to start a brand new life with a whole new, like a resurrection, a whole new thing. And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, what is that? It was freaking me out for a moment. And as I talked to my girlfriend about it, oh, and right after that, our electricity went out. Right after that, our electricity went out. I'm like, okay, what is going on here? It was like that. And at some point, I think within about an hour or so, it was back on. So all the lights went out and then came back on. Hmm. Death and resurrection, or lights out, lights back on. So okay, I'll buy that story. I'll stick with that. And my girlfriend says it's not foreboding. She said there's something newness is happening and opening up for you. Just pay attention. And the crow came to bring you that message from across the rainbow bridge. Like, okay. Well, fast forward. The day, the day after, the day, yeah, just yesterday. I'm just keeping everything straight here. Just yesterday, I received a message from one of my old farm kids, farm mates, my brothers, and I had sent him a message on Messenger, Facebook, quite some time ago. I asked him something. I don't remember what it was, and he got back to me. So I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Terry. I'm just getting back to you. I'm not on Facebook a lot. I'm not on this thing. He said, but I just want to know. Okay, I was good to hear from you and stuff. And he said, by the way, did you know that Lee or Larry, he passed away last winter? And I'm like, what? What? I said, what happened? And he said something about he became ill and he never recovered and whatnot. And I had wondered why he never answered my last message. Because we were talking back and forth on Facebook, and we shared stuff with each other. He shared pictures of his farm property, okay, beautiful landscape over there, in the Thailand, okay, and his children and his beautiful wife, who I met before when he was going his way and I was going my way, because we came here for different purposes, and just for me to become a healer, for me to learn more about the arts and myself, and to actually have a loving relationship with, you know, um, yeah, in nature, in nature, which is what I always wanted, and then it showed up simply because Oprah said, write this letter to God and ask him for the husband or the mate you've been wanting all this time, and all that. That's another story. I did that and put it under my pillow, and voila, in a month I moved him. Voila, 6 weeks later. Was it 6 weeks? Yeah, I moved in. Voila, all these wild things was happening, thunder and lightning, and those are other stories, mystical things. But anyway, yeah. So they told me that he told me what happened, and they didn't. And then my other buddy from the farm, they both still live there where we all used to live. They built houses over there, and I didn't get to visit them when I went back for my inner child work in June of 2022, because I was on a mission, for my own spiritual healing and childhood healing, as well as for my cousin, the shaman. I love you, boy. My cousin, he's like a brother. We grew up together. And so I went there to take a gift to him that my mother had saved for him and told me. Oh, am I telling it now? I guess I am. Yeah, I gave it to him. I was going to mail it, but things turned out to where I ended up getting summoned to be there for a show for our maestro who's turning 91. All these things, okay, right after I committed to healing my childhood, right after I committed to doing that, then you just start doing all these things. Boom, 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 boom. And then it escalated last Christmas with with my new friend. Well, not new. We've been knowing each other for years, but now we are studying together. And as I was popping my popcorn, and it's beautiful because coming into the realization of our true power, who we really are. Back to the question for the day. Are we really free to thrive, live life to its fullest? Are we really? Are we really allowing or taking back that freedom that has always been ours to thrive, live life to its fullest? Are we giving ourselves permission to do that? and not remain status quo or put our dreams on the back burner and struggle to try to get them to happen? Do we realize how free we actually are? And I'm speaking on this because my ex-husband was a great focuser. That man was magic. And us together, okay, most were mystified. Whoa, whoa, yeah, that kind of stuff. He had a dream, a vision of living in Thailand, having a beautiful life, building a home, having children. This is what he wanted. He was focused. Focused. And I used to say, what the hell are you doing with me? You know, he said, because you are one of them. You are the Asian people. You are them. I'm looking at you, and we had lifetime together before. This lifetime, it's about bringing our dreams to pass. You taking that stage, and me building over here. And we were together for 8 years. 8 years. And then when it was time to part, he was emotional and all of that kind of stuff. And, you know, yeah, it was rough. You know. However, oh my God, I would not be the healer that I am today had it not been him saying, come live with me. Actually, I saw him in a dream before I ever even met him. Never met him before in my life. I put that letter under my pillow, like Oprah said. 2 weeks later, I had this dream. These two guys, the two blonde guys standing next to each other. I could see one from the belly up and the other one, the whole body, no clothes. How about that? So, woo, who's this? 2 weeks later, my mom told me, go to this potluck. These people are so serene. I don't know what they're eating. They're so beautiful, this food. You got to go next time they're in the neighborhood. Usually they're on somebody's farm or in a rich neighborhood. Well, this time the rich neighborhood was right next door to our neighborhood. And I walked to this house. I wouldn't wear my glasses. I said, whoa, got to try to be cute. So I didn't wear my glasses. And I went. These two guys that come in the door. Oh, I'm Larry Little. I'm in the road. I'm like, oh yeah, how y'all doing? Check me. I'm back eating the nuts out of the nut bowl. I didn't know what I was seeing. I was too busy eating nuts out the nut bowl and looking at everybody in the room. They brought two girls with them. That's probably another reason why I wasn't paying any attention. I was like, oh, So I'm sitting over there, observing everyone, and I look out there on the patio, and one of them is out there giving a lecture, you know. So, okay, what are you talking about? I thought. I went out there and I crouched down because they squats when they sit like the Asian people do, okay? They're that limber, they're yoga people, they're yogis, okay? I said, wow. I got down there on the ground. I said, man, wow. Ooh, okay. And it was talking about these mystical things. And, wow, he's neat, you know. So I go back inside and I'm at the table eating the proverbial watermelon. I look over there to my right. There's another one. So, there's two of them. And they dress just alike. They don't look alike, but they dress just alike. Okay, I'm like, oh, well, what is he talking about? So I start to listen to him. So, oh, wow. Next thing I know, it's getting kind of late. It's cold. The air conditioning's too high. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And this, I feel on my shoulders. Somebody come to my shoulders and massage and say, oh, you're falling asleep. I'm like, whoa, you want to talk about woke up real quick. So who is that touching me? Whoa. Oh my God. It was one of them too, right? One of them too. So fast forward, I'm leaving the potluck with a girlfriend that's dropping me off because I had walked. And I'm up there, I have no glasses on. I'm looking up there to the porch. I'm like, okay, I see something moving back and forth or something. I said, okay, what is that? I said, is that a bush or one of their tall bushes, something up there waving back and forth? Or is there somebody waving at me? I thought, I don't know, but I will just wave just to save face in case it is a person. So I just did that, you know, a little beauty queen wave. Beauty queen wave. You know. It was a person. It was one of those two guys. and one of them, they called me on the phone and said, oh, would you like to go out on a date? I'm like, okay, I don't know which one it is. I don't care. I'm bored. So I said, oh, yeah. Okay. Where would you like to go? I said, I want to go see Coming to America. Eddie Murphy. Yes, okay, we'll do that. And we'll have lunch. I said, okay. I'm thinking he's going to take me to lunch somewhere. No. He showed up with a brand new car, 3 days old, smelled like a showroom floor. Talk about well, okay. So he show up, he coming up the walkway. My auntie is up there painting the ceiling in the hallway. She looked out and said, oh, she said, shall we know Elvis Presley? I said, you mind your own business and finish painting that city. So he comes up and I said, okay, I recognize this one. Okay. And he took me, he said, where's the park? Is there a park nearby? And there was no park. Couldn't find one close enough to the theater so that we would get to the theater on time for the movie. And so we found somebody's, front lawn in this rich neighborhood. So, whoa, put out the blanket, opened up this picnic basket. Food that he had made himself. Oh, what was it? Gamasio and brown rice, uh, steamed vegetables, cauliflower and broccoli steamed vegetables. And I think there was some seaweed in there too, maybe hijiki. See, I didn't know about all that back then. I just knew like, oh my God. And we ate and we talked and it was so wonderful. And then we went to the movie and we came out and we sat in the car and we talked for hours. Oh my God. We talked to about 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay, the movie was at 7:30. I think it was out about 8:39, something like that. And it was beautiful. And then it was dessert. It was like Jello, but this is not the Jello, not that stuff. That's not food. It's called kenten, and it's made with sea moss. My first introduction to sea moss back then, Brother Ross Patel, if you're watching this, yeah, my first introduction to sea moss was agar, and that's sea moss. And I think it was peach and blueberry kenten. It was delicious. I'm like, oh God, this man prepared food for me. Queen. Now see, I didn't know who I was back then. Okay. I just knew I deserved a husband. That's all I knew at that particular time. But anyway, oh my God, fast forward. Of course, when he takes me home, my mom is at the door tapping her foot like, I'm like, oh, no. Then nothing happened. She goes, yeah, right. I said, no. She's telling me this, and I'm 23 years old, for God's sake, so 23 years young. And, but anyway, fast forward, when he took me to meet his brother and go to his farm where they live, I walked in and I'm like, this is the house from the dream. And it was those two, him and his brother. Because in the dream, I didn't know if it was a brother or a roommate. I didn't know none of that. Kind of spooked me, actually. That I could be that accurate. And I'm like, oh my God, it's them. And even with the first night, that we spent, no, it was that night because I stayed and it was so spooky to me. I was like, oh, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. So, you know what? You're going to take me home right now. He's like, what's the matter with you? I said, oh, no. I ain't staying here fornicating with you. Let's go. He's like, what's the matter with you? And he took me back home because it spooked me. And he didn't know why I was spooked. I told him later why I was spooked. He says, oh, wow. And I moved in with them. And, with he and his brother. I think I told him, the only way I'll move in with you is that you're going to get a new place and stop fighting with your mother over the property. Because they wanted to buy the property from their mother. And she wasn't having it. I said, quit fighting with your mother and buy your own damn property. I didn't know that he was going to do that. He did. They started making plans and looking at properties, and we went to see him and stuff. There was a group of us, and he bought my idea. And they did. They bought a beautiful piece of property. Oh, God. It was beautiful. It was heaven. My brother Joe called it. He's one of those that was out there with us. I just finished. He sent me a message this morning, actually, to brief me on everything that had been going on. And I'll get back with him. But he said, this is God's country. This is God's country. So it was so mystical and so magical. Many people said, well, why did you ever leave from there? Well, because there was another side of me. I'm a Taurus with a Leo rising. I live in Ohio. It's called Cowtown. That was my earth. And being on the farm was my earth, my grounding, my ma kettle to his pa kettle. On the side of me, that's the Leo rising. It's the performer that belongs on the stage. And there was no way I was going to run from that. Any time in my life where I've tried to run from that, get distracted by something else, from that idea of not good enough, we uncovered that one. Not good enough. Who do you think you are? Which I heard from my grandmother, actually. Who do you think you are? You can't have it all. She said that to me once. And it stuck. And a lot of other things stuck. Until finally I was stuck. And out there, that part of me that is Mother Earth, that's where I got to actually meet her, meet myself. And then the Leo rising called. And that's when we both split and went different ways. I had the dreams. It wasn't like it was a new thing. I saw it all. I just wasn't willing to do it. So I'm like, no, 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 kicking and screaming until finally he's like, get your own ass out of here and go where you're supposed to be. And so that's what that's what happened. He went to the new life, the new chapter that he dreamed of, and I went my way to the new chapter, or the next chapter of my the magic. And studied with Queen Nala, West African shaman from a past life, and this life was from here, and the journey began. She assisted me in letting go of that now. That was one chapter. Now, Queen Tierra, which is who she named me, Queen Tierra. And fast forward from there, to here in California, in that crow that I mentioned seeing on the roof of the shed outside my window. He looked at me for a bit and then he flew off. It was Larry, a message from him. And I have this feeling for a while since I've been telling all of y'all these stories about him and the farm and raising the cat from the dead and him doing what he did and the cat got up and all that kind of stuff. I've been telling those stories because they're fascinating to me. In fact, for quite some time after I reconnected with him, oh gosh, was it a year before we got, what was this, earlier the same year we got our new home? Because we've been living in hotels. And he said, I remember that day, that morning, he said, and I'm still baffled by that story today. How he resurrected the cat from the dead. Oh, I'm talking about a stretched out body, stiff, rigor mortis, woo, however you want to paint that picture, that's what it was. And because he remembered when he was a child, 7 years old, butterfly. He captured a butterfly because he wanted to get a closer look. And he opened his hand and looked at it, and his squeezed too tight, it was crumpled. It was dead. And he said he cried. He said, oh, please forgive me. Oh, please forgive me. Oh, God, please forgive me. Oh, please forgive me. I'm so sorry. And then he opened his hand again, and the butterfly flew away. And so it was in that moment with the cat. She was our mascot. She was a tuxedo cat, black and white. She was beautiful and quite rambunctious. And she loved him greatly. And he got the idea, which I asked him later. I said, where did you get the idea to do what you did to bring her back? How did you? He said, because I remembered when I was a little boy. He told me that story about the butterfly. So he thought maybe that'll work now. And he put his hands on her and massaged the lungs. He said, in, out. Just motioning it. Because she wasn't breathing. Just in, out. And I'm on my Holy Ghost thing. I'm back there, oh, Jesus, in the name of Jesus. I'm doing all that shit and snotting everywhere. And I looked over, next thing I knew, she was getting up. Oh my God. And I'm still praying in tongues. Oh, he said, can you stop that now? Because I think you're getting on her nerves. I'm like, what? And I stopped. I couldn't believe it. I was like, Jesus, But yeah, she lived for a good 2 to 3 months after that, full recovery and everything. But he did warn me. He said, she has seen the other side in this life. She's seen the other side. So don't be surprised or feel bad if she decides to go back. Because that is a possibility because she's seen it. Okay. And he was right. She let us all know that she was going to go back over there. And I communicate with cats like, because I am one, okay? So I knew what she was wanting to tell me. He said to me, the only reason she came back is because you called her back. All that thing that you were doing is because you called her back, because you weren't ready to let her go. So she came back so that you could, in a peaceful and beautiful way. And he was right. Because all her fur came back. She was just, she's hunting. She brought bunnies home and laid them on the front porch. She did all kinds of things she'd never done before after having been on the other side and came back. So, but yeah, I knew when she wanted to go home. And all I could do was say, okay. Because she let out a big yell at me, like, don't touch me. Don't you try to keep me here no more. So I made one last attempt, trying to give her food, and she looked at me and ran. It's like, Okay. She went to hide, under some furniture in the house. Because by this time I had taken her into the house because I was going to tell the boys they were in the barn and they were building something. I don't know what they were doing out there. Him and his brother and our the two brothers, the Kaiser brothers, they were out there planning to make something or build something. And I came out to the barn. I said, I think she's ready. And they all looked at one another. They said, how does she know? And my husband, he said, oh, she knows. So they all came in and we did this goodbye thing and we put her out by the spring, which was her favorite spot because there was a cherry tree where the birds would fly around and she wanted to catch one of them birds. So she lay down there watching them by the spring. It was her favorite spot. So um, we took her out there because she was still in her body. But she was weak and stuff. So we took her out there and laid her down. He said, well, what we'll do is we'll go hang some laundry and we'll talk real loud so that she'll know that we're out here and that we haven't like left her out here by herself to move on her own or by herself or alone. So we'll just talk real loud. And so we did while we're hanging clothes and we're laughing. And then he said, I don't hear anything. So we went over to see if she had already passed out of her body. And she looked at him like, what you doing here? So I said, okay. So we walked away, went back and continued to hang laundry and laugh and talk loud. And so finally, after a few minutes, we thought, okay, let's go see. And we went there, and that was when she was convulsing. The body was shaking, and she was trying to get out of her body. And he said, okay. He just took his hand and waved it from her head to her tail, and she was gone. And I was like, wow. He said, so it was a full moon that evening as well. So he said, we'll just leave her in her spot. So if she realizes that she's not in her body, just let it settle in. And we'll do a ceremony and bury her tomorrow. And so, okay. And really, it's more about for me to, for us to get okay with it. So we sat on the floor in the kitchen and he cried a bit. He said, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. He said, I want to get you another kitty. I want to get you another kitty. And I said, no, we're just going to move through this. Let's take a break from this. And another one will show up from whoever knows. You don't have to get me a kitty. You just show up. And of course, so later on, the cat, this is living on the farm. Cats are out there everywhere. I mean, because there's a dairy farm up the road. So that, people drop the cats off at Christmas after Christmas because they got a new one and this one is big. So they drop them. That's another story. We met with two of them. Yeah. Two or three of them. Two of them. I think it was two of them. No, there were three of them. Yeah, that showed up New Year's Eve at the front door talking about meow. One of them at a time. We didn't know there were three. We just thought there was just that one. Oh, they get him some food. Oh, they get him. Next night, another one showed up. Third night, a different one showed up. Well, he said, those cats that showed up on the front doorstep? I said, yeah. He said, there's three of them and they're together. They're over there in the field. They came here together. I'm like, oh, wow. But anyway, I digress. Receiving that news kind of, I spent some time remembering him and talking to him out loud because he had been trying to let me know that he was over there. And that's why I've been telling all these stories on this platform for all this time. And it's more so than ever because he crossed over during, I think it might have been before Christmas of 2023. So it's not that far away, just last winter. And my girlfriend, she said to me, I know that he's been trying to connect with you. She said, and I felt it really strongly when you were telling that story about resurrection and the cat. I felt him then. She said, I'm like, what? She told me this just yesterday. I'm like, oh, wow. And she said, that girl outside the river, that was him. Yeah, I know now. I know now. So, but yeah, that's what's been going on. And I have more conversation too with him, to whatever else more he wants me to know, because I do talk to dead people. Y'all should know that by now. I do hear them when they're not dead, for God's sakes. They're right here. They're just not in the physical, tangible, whatever. Those are all, that's, so if there's any more that he's wanting to get, well, I heard it. I got the message. Okay. So now I'm reconnected with two of the brothers from our old life on the farm, which is Bashar says And so does Abraham. There is no time, no space, no this. Everything is happening simultaneously. That experience is still happening right now in that dimension of that, right here, side by side. So our future selves, they're happening right now. And it is no past, present, future. It's only now. All those perspectives are taking place right now. That movie is still running. If we choose to step back and become aware of that aspect again and experience that. Past and future, they all exist right here and right now. So, uh, my goodness, what a well, yeah, not a roller coaster, but emotional stuff. And but from that place of not feeling like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, but oh wow, now my questions have been answered. Wow. And I'm sure he's going to answer some more of my questions now that I'm paying attention, because consciously paying attention, because I was picking it up on a subconscious plane. That's why I've been telling all these stories. And people are like, oh, wow. Oh, what wonderful stories. I'm like, yeah, they actually happened and are still happening. So whatever that was, whatever the message he may have been trying to get to me, maybe just that he's over there. I don't know. But I'm sure there's more, because now I'm in a clearer space with my past relationships, so-called past relationships with my exes, and especially him. He was the love of my life, in that day. So where we dreamed one another's dreams, saw one another's visions. And I might tell more about that on the next episode, because it's already 12 noon. I got things to do. I got the show in 2 days. So, but yes, a wonderful time. And I'll share one last thing here about affirmations. My girlfriend gave me this. Some things from Abraham. She got it from our sound technician, who we're all very close with. And she gave me a copy of it, and it's called Plans for My Day. And these are affirmations, and you can use all of them or one of them that jumps out at you. I plan to feel good today. I plan to consciously expand today. I plan to feel satisfaction all day. I plan to have a really good day. I plan to really like this day. I plan to be in the place where good ideas can flow to me. I plan to be feeling so good that when an idea does pop up, I get it. I get it. I intend to follow the momentum of a good idea. I'm going to follow my bliss. I plan to be eager about life. I plan to feel good this whole day. I plan to be really glad to be alive today. I plan to go to bed tonight feeling really happy for this day. Yeah. And I've just been reading all of these affirmations within the last 2 or 3 days, I think. Because we took it weeks ago. We're going to say these affirmations at the beginning of our day. Okay, before we start our day, we're going to say these. Okay. And so I've been doing it for the past 3 or 4 days already, and really honing in on what jumps out for me. And this is a card that I pulled yesterday before I got this news in, actually, before I received the message of my ex-husband's passing. This is the card, one of the cards that I pulled, playfulness. And I'm going to read this because it is so profound. And this card came up right side up. So it's saying to me, okay, now. And I remember, this is what I always say on this show and what I preach, is that fun is not a luxury, it is a necessity. So they brought me back to that very message, and to fill more of my time and more of my life with that. So in planning the birthday party for my mom, making a beautiful card for my friend whose mother's birthday is the same day. We're going to celebrate both our mom's birthdays. And my son's going to do some cooking for my mom's birthday. And I'm going to spend time in the nature. Just simple, not running around, just simple. And If that sounds like a lot, we always celebrate our birthdays together, me and my mom, from April 22nd, which is hers, and to April 29th, which is mine, and 7 days even after mine. 7 days of hers, and then 7 days of mine. And we do that with birthdays. So we have a whole 14 days to celebrate our birthdays. Because as you know, in the African tradition, mothers that have babies, every child she gives birth to, that is her birthday. Each one of those days is her birthday. So if you're a mother, not only the day you were born is your birthday, but each birthday of each one of your children is also your birthday. A day that you were born anew, a new life once again. Even though we're born anew every rising when we awaken. But literally, that day, your vortex opened and you gave birth to this being that is a reflection of you. It is just like my son. My son is me. There's no mistake in that. Anyway, so I'm going to read this, and I want y'all to listen to this closely because this is the time frame that we're in. It's not about drudgery and surviving. It's about thriving. Going beyond that, 5D thriving. And you can't get there from struggle because whatever we struggle to do or to achieve, we're going to struggle to keep because the foundation of it is struggle. Woo! My mother always said life was never meant to be a struggle. Playfulness. Here we go. The meaning of this card, once again, angels playing, little baby cherubs are playing. Fun and play is the angels' way. They guide you to add fun to your life and to know that fun is a necessity, not a luxury. The angels know that you have a lot of responsibilities, yes, we do, and that you need a steady flow of time, money, and other resources. By drawing this card, the angels want you to know that regular doses of fun can help you accomplish your goals. You may protest that you don't have enough time, money, or energy to play. Yet your angels assure you that playfulness is a wonderful investment that yields immediate returns. Not next week and next month and next year. Immediate returns. Okay? When you have fun and laugh, you relax. And that's what I've been doing with my friends since last Thanksgiving and Christmas. I think we spent both. We spent Thanksgiving together, we spent Christmas together, and New Year's. Yeah. And that was the beginning of a whole new chapter for my life and for my son's life too, because we're all related. She's opened some doors that I've never even thought of. But anyway, let me continue. When you have fun and laugh, you relax. This relaxation gives you a greater inflow of ideas, spiritual connections, divine guidance, and energy. With the new inspirations and energy, you can better manifest your desires. Let me repeat. This relaxation and fun gives you a greater inflow of ideas, spiritual connections, divine guidance, and energy. With the new inspirations and energy, you can better manifest your desires. Your relaxed and radiant personality attracts wonderful and helpful people to you. Your positive outlook creates new opportunities for you when you look at life in this way. You can't afford not to have fun. And this is exactly what's been happening in my life and in my son's life ever since we spent Thanksgiving with our friends that we've known for ages, but we just like reconnected, like boom. Making food together, dancing and laughing in the kitchen, visiting a garden with organic vegetables of a friend around the corner that she appeared on her front porch out of nowhere. Yeah. And my son spending time with her roommate. He's in his 80s, like a grandfather energy. Teaching him origami, teaching him other stuff. They put a car together. Yeah, they put a car together a couple weeks ago. Beautiful. They put it together, really, for the car. And it's just been everything opening up just like that. And we open our hearts to ourselves first, having fun, enjoying life, not just simply struggling, trying to get by. That's not a life. I know that. My mother knew that. She always telling me, life was never meant to be a struggle. Wake up out of that. And ever since, I guess, which was in between the time frame where my ex-husband crossed over, was between Thanksgiving and Christmas, because the last I heard of him was Thanksgiving. We talked about, I hope you didn't go out there and kill that turkey, I hope you're eating the bunny rabbits, We go, wow, it's a great time to be thankful for everything, isn't it? So, yeah, wow. And the pies I used to make on the farm, that they were like, it was all vegan. They're like, this has got to be a sin. Are you kidding? Oh my God. Yeah, that kind of stuff. And he remembered that food I used to make. He's like, oh my God. He said, and I showed him a picture of the food I made for our Thanksgiving. My raw vegan pumpkin cheesecake, and the apple pie that I made for my son because he wanted his cook. So I made apple pie for him. And I sent him the pictures, and he's like, oh my God, I remember that. And he said, oh, wow, So it was between that time frame and Christmas, that time frame. That's why I never heard back from him after we had that conversation, because I asked him another question after that conversation. I never heard back from him. But, well, I did hear from him. I just didn't know it. Anyway, that's it. Mystical, mystical, mystical. But yes, fun is a necessity. It is not a luxury. And when you commit yourself, commit your life, commit to having fun. See, a lot of people look at me and think, oh, what is she doing on the dough? It's like, I'm the pink lady with the leopard. I'm doing my, I've got my purple on today. That's my mother's favorite color. But it's about having fun. Having fun is the angel's way. Fun and play is the angel's way. If we think we're going to get what we want, outside of that, how's that been working? Mm-mm. Little children are innocent and they play. They ain't worried about nothing. Until somebody that's real tall and big comes along and says, oh, put that away. We got to go and do your schoolwork. It's time to go to bed. Put them toys away. Oh, you can't be doing that. Oh, here's a good one that a lot of parents, a lot of people say to artists, oh, you can't make money doing that. Oh, you the real job. Well, when you start having fun and honoring the divine creator within you and follow your heart, open your heart to yourself and follow it, your dreams will manifest. And you ain't got to chase them. You don't chase no damn dreams. What you chase runs from you. You don't chase dreams. You embody the dream. You accept, embrace, and embody the dream. And then it shows up in ways you could never have thought of or imagined. Talk about mystical. I had no idea where I would be experiencing such beauty and prosperity, wealth and abundance, because that was my focus. And that's what we talk about. We don't talk about lack and not having. What we want is already here, right here. Turn the dial to this channel, to this station. And there I was, right there in it, invited by beautiful friends that called me and my son their family. I got to experience my mother. I know she was here with me, and I know she was like, wow. Yeah, it was beautiful, beautiful food, beautiful people. So much love. The new chapter, the next chapter. How wonderful is that? The people that I love, the people that love me. A wonderful shaman once said to me when I was in tears trying to figure out what and how and all of that, and he said to me, go where you're loved. You got it. Go where you're loved. And that was right after our church cat had crossed over and I went to his ceremony that they gave him with a cake and everything. Gave my speech about the cat, what he meant to me and what we did, all the stuff we did that we weren't supposed to do, let the cat in the building. I told the story at his memorial service, and he appeared hovering over my chest that night during my meditation, and big white feathers just below over my solar plexus area. I'm like, oh my God, what are you telling me? And just go back and come back. Go back to church. And people kept, where have you been? Are you going to come back? Please promise you're going to come back. Please, you'll come back and you'll say, please promise. I'm like, okay. And that night the cat showed up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. And to solidify that, I talked with my shaman friend, that my other shaman friend sent me to. He said, go where you are loved. Go where you're loved. And I knew. And so with that, things have been opening up so beautifully ever since. And more so since Thanksgiving, all the way up to now. So God bless you, Emily. I love you. I know you're watching. Okay, I'm going to get off of here now. I got other things to play with. How about that? And this has been fantastic Freedom Fridays, y'all. Thank you for joining me. Joining me here, same time, same place, next week, next Friday, for another episode of Fantastic Freedom Fridays. Peace. Live long and prosper. Live long and prosper. Star Trek. Oh, and by the way, the picture on the front here of this video, the opening of this video, that's my ex-husband and myself. I am the Nubian queen, or Queen of Nubia. And he is Commander L.L. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who would have thunk it? I ended up at the home of a Star Trek. I'll say no more. This past week, how everything is always intertwined and related. Love you. Live long and prosper. Peace out.